Hello viewers, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Aisha Loko. Today we have for you the biography of late Alhaji Ahmad Tanko, MON. Happy viewing.
Late Alhaji Ahmad Tanko, MON, a pioneer Western education scholar, teacher, administrator, finance manager, and exemplary elder statesman, was born on the 31st December 1928 in Nasarawa town, Nasarawa state, to the family of one Malam Haruna Ahmadu. Alhaji Ahmad Tanko's biological father, Malam Haruna, was fathered by Malam Ahmadu, who hailed from the ancient Zazzau Empire under the then Fulani Caliphate dynasty, which was later Zaria province and present-day Zaria local government of Kaduna State. Being a renewed horses and horse ride accessories vendor of his time, Malam Ahmadu, after which the late legendary Alhaji Ahmad Tanko was named, perpetuated his noble trade between Zaria in the northwestern region and Kefi Nasarawa axis in the north-central, which were then subordinate districts bordered under the elsewhile famous Zaria Emirate in the old Fulani Caliphate Empire, before the arrival of the British in 1900. Malam Ahmadu later resettled permanently at Nasarawa town, as found most conducive after taking along his son Malam Haruna on one of his business trips. At tender age, late Alhaji Ahmad Tanko started his Quranic education in Nasarawa town under the stewardship of Malam Salisu of Ma'aji Rilwanu family of blessed memory, present-day Madayena family, from 1935 to 1940. His Western education was kick-started by enrolling into the then Nasarawa Elementary School from 1936 to 1939 as the top class. He was among the successful pupils selected to attend the then middle school in Katsina Ala, Benue State from 1940 to 1945. His classmates were late Ahmadu Meloko, immediate past Sarki Loko and father of the present one, late Usman Mazambana, one-time Dangaladiman Nasarawa, and Muhammad Sabo Usman, immediate past Makaman Nasarawa. After successful completion of the course of study, he wrote the then middle four certificate examination and became one of the successful four selected from their class by the manager of the United African Company Limited, Makurdi, for induction training to become sales clerks at the UAE Training School, Jos. The UAE was a large trading company in Nigeria, owned by a group of British traders. He accepted the offer, but was later given a letter by the senior education officer to take home to the divisional officer of Nasarawa division in Nasarawa. It was a recommendation for Nasarawa Native Authority to send him to the then Bauchi Elementary Training Center for professional training as a teacher. That marked the beginning of his teaching career. Ahmad Tanko was thus billed to leave Nasarawa for Bauchi on 3rd April 1945 after his final exams at Bauchi Elementary Training Center. He underwent his teaching practice at Al-Aleri Elementary School and Darazo Elementary School, both in Bauchi Division, from January to March 1947. After successful completion of the training and obtaining teacher's grade 3 certificates, he returned home to Nasarawa on 29 September 1947 and reported to his sponsor, Nasarawa Native Authority, whence he gained automatic employment as a teacher grade 3 on the 1st October 1947 and posted to the then Nasarawa Elementary School. Hausa language used to be the medium of instruction in elementary schools across the then northern Nigeria region. It was in 1947 teaching of English was introduced in some elementary schools within, and the late Ahmad Tanko was the pioneer English teacher, that is, the first teacher that taught English language in Nasarawa Elementary School, and hence became talk of the town and widely publicized from 1947 to 1950. He proceeded afterwards to the Higher Elementary Training Center, Katsina, to obtain his grade 2 teacher's certificate in 1951 to 1953. He was billed after successful completion of the training to be promoted and redeployed to Abuja Middle School, where he served for a period of 1 year from 1953 to 1954, before being called back by the Nasarawa Native Authority to prepare grounds for the establishment of a senior primary school at Laminga village, which was approved by the then Ministry of Education, Northern Region, Kaduna. He was soon deemed worthy of appointment as the first head teacher of the then newly established senior primary school Laminga in 1954 through to 1959. All those who passed through the senior primary school Laminga under him attained very high positions in various fields series of life, with the two most illustrious to later rise as high state deputy governors in Plateau State. Their Excellencies Alhaji Yakubu, who served as deputy to Governor Lar in 1979, and Alhaji Halilu Bala Usman, the present Aso Ajri, the paramount ruler of Afo Global Community, deputy to Governor Fidelis Tabgun in 1991 respectively. In yet a higher level, the school had also produced the first civilian executive governor of Nasarawa State, who was also a former distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as former chairman of the nation ruling party, APC. More are major generals in the Nigerian Armed Forces, military and paramilitary, the judiciary, the federal and state civil services, and virtually all other fields of human endeavor. This famous personality was later appointed a visiting teacher for Nasarawa and Kefi Native Authority elementary schools, with his office in Nasarawa town with 15 elementary schools under his care, namely elementary schools Nasarawa, Gadabike, Toto, Ugia, Umaisha, Loko, Udegi, Ara, Kefi, Uke, Gurku, Kokona, Moro, Panda, and Karshi. He was selected as one of the students for the first course in education administration at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, between 1962 and 1963. His new appointment as Provincial Education Secretary at Adamawa Province in 1963 brought to an end to his 16 years of service as employee of the then Nasarawa Province. He worked in Adamawa Province as Provincial Educational Secretary from 1963 to 1964, after which he was transferred to the Institute of Administration, ABU Zaria, as a member of staff for training of education officers for local authorities from 1964 to 1967, then further transferred to the Ministry of Education Zaria Province as Provincial Education Secretary, where he worked for only 9 months from July 1967 to 31st March 1968. On the 1st April 1968, he was deployed to the then newly created Benue Plateau State as a senior education officer in charge of local education authorities. He was among the pioneer officers of the State Ministry of Education headquarters of Benue Plateau State. On the 1st January 1969, he was promoted to the rank of Principal Education Officer barely 9 months after his last promotion. As the Principal Education Officer, he doubled as the Finance Officer, controlling recurrence and capital coordination of development plans, and also the budget officer and coordinator of development plan. In 1972, Ahmad Tanko was promoted to Chief Education Officer through to 1975. He was then appointed as member, Public Service Commission, Benue Plateau State from 1975 to 1984, which marked the end of his age-long career in the Ministry of Education and, by extension, active pensionable service, retirement to be simply said. However, being such a symbolic epitome of resounding experience, resourcefulness, and multi-faced proficiency, the late reared legendary Jane was never to be allowed to enjoy his expected retirement leisure to the fullest, at his glaring bulk of exceptional ingenuity, diligence, and moral impeccability were regularly being sought to be duly tapped, imbibed, and impacted at varying issues of communal and national interest, at various assignments and capacities, under voluntary, corporate, and constructual agreements and understandings. Back home thus as a senior citizen of Nigeria, the late Ahmad Tanko was yet to be later highly conspicuous, instrumental, and influential Jim to reckon with. He was a leading co-founder of Nasarawa Community Secondary School, Nasarawa, in 1972, member Benue Plateau State Pilgrims Welfare Board from 1972 to 1975, chairman New Plateau State Pilgrims Board in 1976 to 1979, chairman Audit Committee, Benue Plateau, then made up of 12 administrative divisions, namely Otupo, Boku, Jos, Katsina Ala, Makodi, Nasarawa, Wukari, Lafia, Pangshin, Langtan, Shandam, and Akwanga. On the 1st July 1983, Federal Polytechnic Nasarawa came into being, courtesy of Alhaji Shehu Shagari-led Second Republic of Democratic Governance. Wherefore, he, Alhaji Ahmad Tanko, was appointed the first chairman, Governing Council from 1984 to 1986, and thereafter, member, Governing Council, Federal University of Technology, Mina, from 1986 to 1993. He was also called back to serve as the chairman, Audit Committee of Inquiry on Local Government Finance in Plateau State from 1989 to 1993. Chairman, Caretaker Management Committee, Nasarawa Local Government in 1994, and Chairman, Board of Trustees, Nasarawa Community Secondary School. He was also called back to serve as the Chairman, Audit Committee of Inquiry on Local Government Finance in Plateau State from 1989 to 1993. He was also a director of Nasarawa Community Bank, now Nasarawa Microfinance Bank, between 1992 and 1997. He was also mandated as one of the signatories of the memorandum submitted to the Federal Government Committee on the Creation of States and Local Government in Nigeria, demanding for the creation of Nasarawa State in 1994. Ahmad Tanko was also assigned headsman to the Administrative Panel of Inquiry into Mother Station mayhem of September 1997. Ahmad Tanko's enviable track record as well saw him being appointed the first chairman, Civil Service Commission, Nasarawa State from 1997 to 2001. It is imperative to categorically reveal at this junction that late Ahmadu has passed through all this lengthy realm of service delivery, not without remarkably casting his invariably print of legacy, depicting his unwavering doggedness to honesty, prudence, and diligence. He was found worthy of being decorated with the highly valued national honor of Member of the Order of the Niger, MON, way back during the military junta of President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. He was as well offered the traditional title of Ubangaren Nasarawa, Nasarawa Emirate, in 2007 by the 11th Emir of Nasarawa, His Highness late Alhaji Hassan Ahmad II. He was also called to serve as the Chairman, Civil Service Reforms Committee, Nasarawa State, between 1998 and 2001. Well, as the age cliche goes, whatever goes up must come down. The one-time extraordinary, exemplary, and legendary Ahmad Tanko MON was never to evade the long arm of the inevitable and hence had to pass on the 20th October 2013, age 85, leaving behind 2 wives and 17 children, amongst whom are some of the illustrious daughters of Nasarawa Local Government, Nasarawa State, and the nation in general. Dr. Zainab Ahmad Tanko, one-time Secretary to the State Government, Nasarawa State, and Hajia Fatima Jumaita Sabu, former Registrar, Federal Polytechnic Nasarawa, and immediate past Commissioner for Education, Nasarawa State Executive Council. May Allah Ta'ala continue to sanctify, dignify, and pacify his abode. Amin Ya Rabbil Alamin.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification button for more awesome contents. Thank you.